Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I am your host, Grovy Wan Kenobi, and I am joined by my two co-hosts, Brooks C3PO and Nickkin Skywalker.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Ah. Hey guys.
Brooksy's like, you named me after my least favorite character from my least favorite series.
Yeah.
It was the only one that
Everybody
worked as
knows
a.
me.
That was the,
Big Star Wars fan.
it was the only one that worked as a pun. It was the only one that worked as a pun. I'm sorry.
Oh man. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, though, this is going to be a bit more of a laid back episode. It's been a couple of weeks since we recorded, so I want to give us time to talk a little bit more about what we've been up to in that time because we've had a bigger break than usual. And a lot of things have happened since then, apparently. And then also, just, to keep things easy tonight, we're going to play a quick round of Would You Rather a little later on. It'll be the fourth annual. It's a tradition on the show. We always play at least one round a year. And then for the media corner this episode, we're actually going to do something special. Normally we do these as separate episodes, but tonight we're going to squeeze it in at the end. We're going to do a mini spoiler cast for the recent horror movie Undertone. We'll do a brief, let's say like 15 minutes non-spoilers or 10 minutes non-spoiler free, and then the rest of the time spoilers,
Yeah.
Cool.
So that'll be the case for that. But before all that, the usual chit chat, what you've been up to. I'm actually not going to use the wheel tonight because I know that the both of you have a lot to talk about, and I feel like Brooksy hasn't gone first in a while, so we're gonna hear from him to start off tonight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been it's been an awesome past couple of weeks. It was 2 weeks ago. I planned a camping trip for Sam and I. We went up to this area called Morro Bay. It's central coastal California area, super pretty. There's a giant. I feel ridiculous saying this, but right on the coast where the sand is at, there's this giant rock, and it just looks really cool. And I literally it's not a boulder. It's a rock. I literally nonstop was jokes from Sam and I. But yeah, we literally went out there and did some camping. I did a little bit of caveman cooking, which was a lot of fun. I literally we went to this grocery store around the corner from us, and I picked up an onion, some mushrooms, some broccoli, and I bought some filet mignons and some seasoning and some Kerrygold.
I hear grocery stores were very poppin' in the caveman days.
Yes, they were. Ye old Kroger.
Yeah.
But no, but I literally, it was just, and I bought a thing of aluminum foil, but we started a campfire, and just with a utility knife, I cut all the veggies, cut the steak, seasoned it all up, threw some butter in there, in a foil pack that I made really tight, and just threw it directly on top of the fire, flipped it over 10 minutes later, opened it up, threw a handful of shredded cheese on top of it to let it steam. Oh, dude, honestly, out of everything that we ate in Morro Bay, including fresh seafood and all that, it was honestly the best meal that we had. It was really good. Nice. But it was just nice to unplug, turn off our phones for a few days, and just get to be for a little bit. Spent some time on the beach. I ran up to the rock for Morro Bay. I touched the rock. That was a fun moment for me. I kept pointing at the rock, being like, before we leave, I'm going to touch that rock. And I did. But yeah, no, we did that. I did a lot of reading. I started and finished Operation Bounce House, which is Matt Dinniman from Dungeon Crawler Carl's newest book. Phenomenal book. Absolutely loved it. And then last weekend, I went and saw my favorite band that I got to talk about last episode, which was the Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
Great show. Great show. We were up front and center for the first half of the set.
Hell yeah.
Played a lot of oldies. I got to hear "Dogs Can Grow Beards" all over from one of their first albums. I got to hear "Supernova" from their Space EP, which I haven't heard ever live. "Outnumbered" from their Zombie EP, and it just brought back a lot of great memories of
Hell yeah.
myself and my best friend Tyler and my little brother, my friend Robbie, all of us getting together and playing Left 4 Dead and just
Hmm.
blasting the crap out of the Zombie EP. It was awesome. But I will say, for the first time in my life, I think I've realized that I'm never gonna be too old for a concert. But I think I may start getting to the point where I may be a little too old for third row at a metalcore show in Pitt because dude, hurt. I hurt so bad. I was in so much pain. But it was awesome. I had a great time. This weekend,
Yeah, that sounds very
I'm
much
back at
like
it
a
with
oh my hip situation.
it would very much. Oh, 100%. This weekend, I'm back at it with cooking for Feed the People. So, Brooksy's Cooking Corner. I'm making red beans and
Hey.
rice. Been working. I've spent about 8 hours just slow cooking red kidney beans with bacon and ham and kielbasa, bunch of veggies,
Oh,
bunch of
so yummy.
spices. And honestly, it slaps. It's really good. Like, I'm really happy how it turned out.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
but outside of that, video game wise, I've been doing a lot of backlog gaming. Um, I've been playing Dying Light. I've been playing Tainted Grail. And it wasn't my original plan because I'm sure everyone here knows I have spoken incessantly about Crimson Desert. It was my most
Yeah.
anticipated game for 2026, and I unfortunately have to leave it as a personal do not recommend. Um, I got about 8 hours into the game, and I will say my personal do not recommend really has nothing to do with the story or the gameplay or gameplay mechanics. I was actually really enjoying the game. Like, I understand there's been a lot of discourse on this game. It's a lot of mixed reviews, people saying that the mechanics are really clunky, that it feels like there's no story at all, and it just kind of feels like a whatever game. And I kind of, for a good portion of it, I disagreed. It is visually impressive. And for context, I'm not playing it on the PS5. I've been playing it on the PC. I do have a 5070 and I have 32 gigs of RAM. So I have like a mid to upper range PC that runs really well. So I was getting solid 90 to 100 frames on the game. And it's gorgeous. Like, it is a gorgeous game. I didn't really have a whole lot of like specific like feelings of like, oh, I really love this protagonist with Cliff, but it's a game that people are sinking 150 to 200 hours in before rolling credits. I'm not expecting to fall in love with a character in the first handful of hours. He very much just feels like your generic MMORPG protagonist that you create, but it's just a pre-made character. The story also kind of whatever, like, but again, I look at it as like this game is essentially like a MMORPG, but you just remove the online aspect. Like, it's just you by yourself in it. And for
Yeah.
me, I that's a huge plus for me. Like, I like the idea of an MMORPG. I just don't like the online aspect of it.
You'd
I
like
like fetch quests.
You'd like Final Fantasy 12 specifically because it was single
Oh,
player but
okay.
played a lot like 11.
Okay. Um that's the thing. Like, I honestly I was really enjoying it. And like I was getting lost in the game where I was like, oh, what's this? I'm gonna go over here. You get like a grappling hook kind of right off the rip, and like I spent like 30 minutes straight just laughing hysterically because you can hook the grappling hook onto a tree and pull the tree closer to you to where it builds tension and then release, and it just launches you into the sky. And it's just it's very much it's a sandboxy. Cool. It is really cool. Like
because I gotta be honest, for the most part, as a story focused gamer, this game sounds like a nightmare to me. Even the things that work for other people sound like a huge turnoff for me.
And I will say, like, if story for a game is like that is a hard requirement, it's probably not going to be the game for you.
Not a super hard requirement, but immersion, I should say, is the biggest requirement for me.
I will say I felt fully immersed in this world. Like I just all I wanted to go do is see what was next and see what weird things I could do. You know, I there's like a really early on in the game, there's like this tower and you have to climb it, but there's like these like bushes growing all around it. And like there's a little thing of fire over there, and I'm like, I'm sure I could just like light an arrow and fire it. And I did like light an arrow and it caught on fire. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I could just do this. But I was like, I'm curious because there's a mechanic you learned a little bit before it where you can essentially lift up your sword and angle it with the sun to essentially make like a magnifying glass of heat. I was like, I'm curious, and like lifted up my sword and angled it to where it created a hot point and angled it towards the bushes, and the bushes caught on fire and burned everything so I could climb up the tower. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. Like that's just really cool. Like that's genius. Like it's that level of like technicality to it. And I know people are complaining about the game controls being very clunky and difficult to grasp. It is a very different button layout than most games have. But for me, it scratched an itch in my brain of like, it made me critically think, and it made me like doing a puzzle. Like, you know, people are saying like, oh, this game doesn't hold your hand. There's no yellow paint. And that's very true. But it makes you actually sit there and think what to do next. And for me, that's a lot of fun. And the fact that you can do so many different things, it's really cool. And I was like, man, this game is like the best, worst game I've ever played. Like that's the best way I can kind of describe it. Is
you know what? Fair enough. I can't judge too hard because I genuinely like Final Fantasy 13, and one of its biggest complaints is that it takes 20 hours to get good, and I didn't, and that it's too linear. But I like the linearity. I'm sorry, I just do.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are saying like this game takes 15, 20 hours for it to start getting good and to be enjoyable. I was having fun in the first couple hours, and for me, that's not like a scary prerequisite to me because I think everybody knows that I adore Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah. And that game is a slog for the first 10 hours if you don't know what you're doing. And
having played the trial, I have to slightly disagree with that though, because having played the trial, again, as a story person, the first 3 hours of that game did grab me right away. I feel like the pacing doesn't take a hit until you start looking for a job. That's when it takes a hit. But that whole opening is a fucking banger, honestly.
It's really like, in that game specifically, it's like the moment that you are unshackled and Hans leaves to go do whatever the fuck he wants to go do. From there, for like the next like 8 hours, and just trying to not be such a weak little homely peasant and start actually becoming someone, it is a slog. But
that works for me though, because by that point I'm already invested and I'm willing to forgive whatever happens next to see it through. I'm okay with a strong opening, a weak middle, and a strong ending. What I'm not okay with is a weak opening that takes forever to get to the good bits. That I can't do that as much.
I don't know. You may enjoy Crimson Desert. Like I had no qualms with it. Like, was the story very bland? Yeah.
I mean, I
where
am
a lot
gonna,
of things
I
kind of on the
am
shallow
gonna
side.
try
Yeah.
it since I had to rent it for someone else and all. But I
Yeah.
mostly just be out of morbid curiosity. I have to see this train wreck for myself. I need to see what everyone's talking
Yeah.
about, both good and bad.
And there's,
You know,
and it's like one of the most like visually impressive things, but also there are random things that are super ugly. Like if you get really close to a waterfall on this, like, and look at it from the side, it literally looks like these weird clunky waves. It doesn't look like water the slightest bit. It looks like yarn going down a hill, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
the base PS5
Whatever.
version is let's say, oh, I don't want to be mean, so I'll put this professionally.
It's ugly.
It's graphically sacrificed in order to make it run. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Well,
it also depends on
and I
if
will
you're on.
say-
It has performance, fidelity, and balanced, and I think balanced mode runs at like 40 FPS and goes between the two. Performance is like 60
That's not bad.
FPS, but performance mode makes everyone look like a claymation character, and the trees look like shit. So you know, like,
that's fair.
you know.
Yeah, and I'm sure people are listening to me and like, I don't understand why this is a do not recommend. And the reason why is because as I was just effing around, just exploring, came across a castle, and I was just looking around, messing around, and I look at one of the paintings, and it's got several horses on it, and one has 7 legs, and another one has 3 legs, and all of the people riding them don't have any faces, and I'm like,
oh god, so this was okay, so this is even the laziest type of generative AI, like the kind that hasn't
yeah.
oh my
Oh,
god.
it's bad.
So it's worse
It's
than
really
I thought.
bad. And
You
I was like,
so you
I was
discovered
like,
this on your
that's-
own because I learned about this through articles. So
Well, and that's the thing is like I came across it and I'm like, oh, this is ugly. This is like really ugly. And because what I was doing is I literally just like, because you can go anywhere in the game right from the rip. You may die immediately, but I just started doing I'm gonna run one way and see how far I can make it kind of a move. And I came across some artwork and I'm like, this is clearly AI. Like there's no question this is AI. And like I pulled up my phone and typed in Crimson Desert AI, and it was like 12 hours ago. All these news outlets are like, players reported finding a crap load of AI in this game, and I'm like, God, that is so disappointing.
I feel like I
That's
should put a disclaimer in here too, just to be sure, so that we don't look like hypocrites and shit. Because just to be clear, we are against generative AI specifically because generative AI steals already existing art from other people and Frankenstein stitches it together into these horrifying atrocities like what he's saying, like the 7-legged horses and shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it literally cannot create, it can only steal. And that's why, and it's putting actual artists out of their job, and it's bad for the environment. We hate that. We understand, though, that actual AI in and of itself has been in video games forever and is actually necessary for certain components, and that's not the part that we hate. We're also not against, like, say you want to make an email look more professional. If you already wrote it and you want to use AI to spice it up, more power to you, fine. It's when you steal art from other people and call it original that it's a problem. Because honestly, for our Christmas episode last year, I created that Christmas episode art, but then I had Chat GPT spice it up a little, make it look a little nice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so that kind of stuff, you want to spice up your own content, your own emails, whatever, fine. But stealing other people's shit and calling it your own is basically what telling it to create something from scratch is doing it. You send it your own picture and say, make this look a little better, whatever. But you tell it, create this from scratch for me. It's just stealing shit that already exists. And that is why it's a problem.
Yeah.
And because you should be paying actual artists to make these things.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the thing. It's like, to me,
thing.
it just screams lazy, man. It really just screamed, I don't really care, because you very easily could have just put like a yellow template square on the wall where the artwork was going to go. And that way, like, oh, we need to replace this, because Perlibis did do the right thing in the sense of giving an official statement and apologizing for it.
I just wanted to specify because, like, I know that a lot of the generative AI stuff has led to this kind of anti-all AI thing, but some people don't realize video games literally can't run without some kind of AI in them. Like, NPCs can't move on their own, shit like that. Games like Alien Isolation don't exist without artificial intelligence. So it is necessary for some things, but generative AI should not ever be used under any circumstances whatsoever for making this stuff, period.
And I want to make it clear, the problem that I have is the generative AI that is in Crimson Desert. And like, I do appreciate Pearl Abyss making a statement, but for me personally, we had to deal with Expedition 33 last year, finding out that they had generative AI in it. And had I had known that prior to us recording our top 10 list, Expedition 33 would have been disqualified for me. They would not have been in my personal top 10. I recognize that for them, it was a couple textures of things that look like newspapers. But what I don't like is that they doubled and tripled down countless times that they did not use AI. They were caught with it, and they were like, well, we make things that are human-made. It was an accident. We patched it within the first few days. We didn't even like using the AI. And that screams a lack of transparency. And for Pearl Abyss, it equally screams a lack of transparency. And it makes me think, well, what else in this was made with generative AI that just hasn't been caught yet? Because I'll come across moments where I'll be near a NPC and they'll say the same line over and over and over, and it just has that kind of like AI tone to it. Like it was the script was generated by AI, and I'm like, it fully removes you from that. And I ended up actually reaching out to customer support from Steam, because Steam actually has a policy that if a game has generative AI in it, they must disclose that game has generative AI in it. And when I purchased the game, there was no disclosure about that. And I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it months before the release, and I had 8 hours of gameplay in it, and Steam's normal policy is you can refund a game if you have less than 2 hours or you've owned it for less than 14 days. I technically owned it for a month and a half, and I had 8 hours of gameplay in it. But I reached out to customer support. I really appreciate Steam. They actually fully honored it. I received a full refund for it. I had also pre-ordered a deluxe edition for the PS5 just to have a physical copy of it as well. That's how invested I'd spent like $150 on this effing game for PS5 and for PC because I was so excited about it. I never opened the deluxe edition, so I was able to go to GameStop and get a full refund on it, because the only way that we can show businesses that this is not okay is by voting on it, and the way you vote on it is with your wallet. Exactly. So I will say it sucks because I was really enjoying it. And, if Pearl Abyss does make good on their statements and they do remove all assets out of the game, I may stop into my local game store and buy a used copy of it. Pearl Abyss is never going to see a penny from me for this game because you've ruined that trust from me, but I was enjoying the game. And the reason why I put a hard line in the sand for this is if we allow this, they're going to look at this and be like, well, millions of this has been sold. People are clearly okay with AI, and we're going to go from a full apology statement to, oh, oops, my bad, with no actual repercussions for it, to everything looking like fucking DLSS 5, and I don't want that. So it's a bummer. It's a full-fledged bummer. But it's given me a chance to do my backlogs. I've been really wanting to play Dying Light the Beast, but my brother told me I must play the first two, and I already had them. So I've been playing Dying Light 1 recently. It's been a lot of fun. And I guess I'll just kind of hang out until Pragmata comes out or the Lego Batman game. Those are the next two games I'm personally hyped for this year.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's been going on with me. Yeah.
So, We're actually going in reverse order today, which makes Nick next, not me.
Hey.
Ooh. Hey,
I'm gonna bring.
So,
hey,
I'm gonna.
oh
I'm
hey.
gonna bring up.
man.
I'm gonna bring up the end here because I. Yeah. I'm excited for the things I'm gonna talk about.
Oh man. So me, Willow, and Sarah on March 15th, I actually got to leave work early. If I hadn't have gotten to leave work early that day, we wouldn't have been able to make this drive until the following morning because we got hit with a snowstorm that effectively the entire Interstate 80 through the entire state of Iowa was shut down that Monday
Yeah.
because of how bad the snowstorm was. But we drove out to Rockford to visit my mom for Willow's spring break, and when we got into town before we did anything, I obviously asked my mom if she could keep an eye on Willow so Sarah and I could come out to Freeport to see you, Justin. We stopped at
Yeah.
your Arby's while you during your break so you could sit down and shoot the shit with us.
Yeah. Now, before you keep going, Brooksy, let me ask you something. As a food guy, can you tell me?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the difference? The one difference between the French dip and the Italian beef dip.
I haven't had the Italian beef dip yet. I want to. I'm sorry, man. I'm beef and shed till I
I
die.
I will tell you the one difference, and I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's the Gardenara.
Jardinera? Jardinera.
Jardinera? Okay, yeah. It
Yeah,
is
Jardinera.
it is the yeah, a lot of people say spicy peppers. I'm going to tell you right now there is way more than just peppers in that. It also has green olives, celery, carrots, but it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
all
Jardinera.
soaked
I
in spicy jalapeno oil. Um
I love. I've made my own pickled jardinera before because I love an Italian beef. Like
The
dude.
French dip was
I
good.
so yeah, I had to save him some money because my friend here was going to order the Italian beef dip without the spicy stuff. And let me tell you, that
what?
is literally the only difference. That is literally the only difference because the French dip is just the roast beef and cheese on the bun. And the only thing that makes it the Italian beef dip is adding the jardinara to it. That is the only
The,
Okay.
difference.
the
And
jardinera's the best part.
you
What do you
wouldn't
mean you wanted to
believe
I
the
didn't want
amount of people
spicy.
you wouldn't believe the amount of people who order it that way instead of just ordering the French dip instead. It's like it's more
I was
expensive.
almost part of that statistic.
I'll
I
Nick, when I
I
see you later on this year, I'm gonna bring you a jar of mild jardinera because
Okay.
it is
I
I love
yeah,
jardinera.
yeah
It's
Just
so
be
I
good.
love you.
careful in the airports.
I love you, man, but I'm not surprised that you almost made this mistake. Honestly.
Thank you for saving me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we got to shoot the shit with you on your break. Man,
And I
and
got
then
those Girl Scout cookies I ordered.
that was the whole reason. Like you had placed an order for Girl Scout cookies, and we were coming to deliver them to you. But we got back to my mom's, and like we did last year, we opened Christmas presents. Willow once again made out like a bandit. Sarah got a couple things. I got a couple things, but the couple of things that I
For
got to
context,
open
you had a delayed Christmas due to not being able to
delayed
make it
Chris
out here
delayed
in the
Christmas for not being able to make it out to my mom's for
yeah.
Christmas. Willow made out like a bandit. She got a bunch of stuff. But the real star of that trip, my mom earned some major fucking brownie points this trip. Uh I had to wait until everyone else had opened each and every one of their presents before I could open my big present.
No.
Because my big present was
A camel?
3 scrapbooks filled with
Oh.
nothing but memories dating all the way back to the day I was born.
Oh wow. That is special.
Wow.
Dude, by far the best Christmas present anyone has ever given me. I called my dad, and my dad said to my mom, "Good job, Candy. Good job." Not sarcastically at all, but like, seriously, good job. It was, and then to top it all off, my mom, she has in her possession copies of our old home movies, and she turned one of them into a DVD. I got to
Cool.
watch the events that happened on the day I was born. I got to see my grandpa. I got to see my grandpa holding me for the first time, and forgive me.
Oh no, you're
No,
fine, man.
All good.
We get it.
my
You're
oh,
human.
I miss my grandpa, and hearing his voice for the first time in a long time really hit me, because he passed away before I could graduate high school. He passed away in January of 2009. The year I graduated high school. He
You were close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
was
can
very
tell.
close. I got to see a couple of my birthday parties, a couple of my first Christmas, my second Christmas. My mom had there was footage. Uh, it, someone, whoever was holding the camcorder, filmed the news segment from when my mom and dad and myself were on the local Rockford news, because I was the first baby of the 1990s in the city of Rockford, Illinois. I was on the news. There in the scrapbooks, there are newspaper clippings from when I was born. Like,
Wow.
yeah, dude. Like, major fucking brownie points. And to top it all off, because I was over medicated as a child, and as a result of that, I don't remember a whole lot of my childhood. I remember some things, and I remember other things because I was told about them. But my mom, to top it all off, she apologized for me not remembering a majority of my childhood, and that was big. That was huge for me. Another
Yeah.
thing that
I will
happened
say
on the
I let me just
oh,
say I know from experience something similar childhood wise. I'll just put it this way. Although right now we've gotten to a point where medications have done wonders for people with mental
yeah,
health issues, um,
absolutely.
in the 90s there was a lot of experimentation, and unfortunately we were the guinea pigs. They didn't quite have it figured out
Yeah.
back then,
Yep.
I
and if
was
anything
mentally
they only made it worse.
stunted.
And
I was
so
mentally stunted because of how medicated I was.
your story is unfortunately a lot of people's stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't take I didn't take the Gypsy Rose Blanchard route. Not to get dark,
Ooh.
but yeah,
Ooh.
that's yeah.
That one's a maybe as far as the cutting room floor goes. We'll see. I might have to Google some shit first before I decide on that one.
Yeah, no, fucking dude, no, fucking the other thing that happened on this trip was actually another huge weight lifted off my shoulders. My mom invited my brother over for dinner for Monday night. My mom made something that she made for my brother and I when we were growing up, pizza pasta. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, but my brother and I, we talked for about 2.5 hours. Hell, he even recommended a book series to me that I've heard about, and I had been like contemplating whether or not I wanted to get into it. But you know, I haven't talked to my brother in since before I moved out to Iowa. But the book series that he recommended was the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
They are fans of this on Markiplier's podcast, Distractable. They talk about it all the
fuck
time.
yeah.
I've been reading the series. It's awesome.
I pulled the trigger and I used my credit on Audible, and I've been listening to the audiobook, and oh my God, it's getting so good. I'm on chapter 26.
Nice.
It's so fucking good. Like Dungeon Crawler. So the way the story starts, the earth, it fucking collapses. But the whole reason, so anybody that's indoors is when the buildings collapse are instantly dead. The whole reason Carl's alive is because his ex-girlfriend forgot to come get her cat, and he opened the window to have a cigarette, and she decided to jump out the window, and he chased after her. So that's the whole reason why he's even alive in the first place.
Nice.
It's fantastic. And the name of the cat, Justin, you're going to love this.
It is Princess Donut, the Queen Anne Chunk.
Oh,
I
yeah. Okay.
I love
so
Donut.
prissy. She's
God
so
damn it, Donut.
prissy. I love Princess Donut.
Nice.
I looked at my brother. I said, "You had me at kitty cat." So I pulled the trigger, and so it's getting so good. And I've got like over 20 more chapters to go. But no, a couple of the other things that I got. Well, my mom got me a physical copy of the Until Dawn movie on Blu-ray. That was a birthday present. I got a $50 Casey's gift card for gas, which that was. I was like, because I had been telling my mom, like, look, if you want to give me a gift card for Christmas, give me a gas card. I need it. The whole reason I wasn't, we didn't do an episode on the 21st is because I wanted to go to the Pride game Pride night hockey for the Iowa Wild, but I didn't want to be around people that day, and I never want to skip the Pride game. I had a really shitty day at work. I won't go into detail as to why, because it's more of a private matter, but I was overwhelmed, and I was on the verge of tears all day. I was overwhelmed. I was angry that day, and I didn't want to be around people. So I had tickets to that game. And by the time I got to the arena, I was there long enough to get the new Pride hoodie. and for Willow to finish eating her pizza, and then we just took off. We went back to the house. We came back to the house. I turned on the game at home because being a VIP season ticket holder, we get a complimentary subscription to Flow Hockey to watch the games from home if we so choose, or to watch the away games.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't know. But today, Willow went to something at the Civic Center with Sarah's mom and Sarah's Aunt Cindy. They went to The Wizard of Oz in concert. So they had the movie playing up on the screen and the orchestra playing the score under the screen. So she went to see The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And then we went to McDonald's after they were done and had dinner, and Willow got the since they got the Super Mario Galaxy toys, she got the Princess Peach keychain. Speaking of Super Mario Galaxy,
That's,
I have
at the time of recording that comes out next Wednesday in theaters. At the time of
yeah,
recording,
I have tickets to go see it on April 2nd. I initially had tickets to go see it on April 1st, but then realized, oh, there's a hockey game that night. I even started playing the Super Mario Galaxy game because Sarah ended up buying the double feature for Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus, it's really weird just trying to get used to like mechanics on walking on the planets. It's so weird.
so I'm gonna actually piggyback off of something that you said to
What's that?
kick me off. Well, because that night that you decided to opt out of that hockey game, you hit me
Yeah.
up wondering if I was ready to
Yeah.
start the next
That's-
Kingdom Hearts thing yet.
I can't forget.
And I was not yet quite ready for the next Kingdom Hearts thing. I still hadn't even edited the previous one at that time, but
No,
it is out. It is out now.
You did your friend pass, and we played a few hours of Reanimal.
We did. I got Nick to play what is technically a horror game and one where you die in one hit, like Little Nightmares. But
Yeah,
he's with my because the co-op mechanics and stuff, and because I'm showing I've played through it twice. I got the platinum in it. I know what to do, where to go. I'm kind of helping him through it, but he still has to pull off like the platforming and the avoiding being hit. And he's doing pretty good. He got through pretty much both boss battles so far without dying once.
We're in chapter 6 of 9.
Yeah, we got over halfway through it. Every time that he died, it was usually from some either like a chase scene or like falling down a pit or something. The actual boss battles, he was really good at avoiding the enemy's attacks. And
I pay attention to patterns, goddammit.
That's good. That's good because that makes you good at that's why you could play games like South of Midnight, because all the bosses play on the rule of 3. And these bosses, yeah, it's very classic Zelda, Crash Bandicoot, Mario coded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much so.
And so, but I also think the threat of knowing that if you get hit even once, you're gonna die and have to restart that fight really adds to keeping on your toes. It adds a little adrenaline. It adds a little adrenaline to it, and that's where the real horror comes from more than anything.
Yeah,
but it's visually disturbing.
It's so good.
It's extremely
I'm glad I can be a part of the
scares.
conversation on this one now.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it because I wasn't sure if you would. I even said if you're not liking it, we'll stop. But he's loving it so far.
Yeah,
and
dude, I'm loving it.
I think this game is gonna be in the discussion for indie games during the Game Awards this year. I think.
Oh,
so
absolutely. No questions asked.
I'm glad he'll be able to talk about it.
I'll be able to give it a proper vote too.
Yeah. On the note of, and Brooksy, I owe you a round of this game too at some point. Reanimal. You know, we gotta.
As soon as you were like, "Yeah, we played Reanimal," I was like, "How dare you?"
No, we can still play. We can still play, and it's cross-platform.
100%.
It's cross-platform too, so that's another.
I have it. No, I have it downloaded
No,
on the PC
I just
right now.
my day was so bad at work that day that I needed to decompress and I didn't want to do it alone.
Oh, buddy, you have to explain. I'm just here to razz.
Oh, I
That's
know.
it.
And Brooksy, Nick is playing as the player 2 character because the player 1 character has to do most of like the driving and stuff, and like there's these
Yeah.
parts where you're on a boat and you're driving, and the player 2 character is on the front of the boat with harpoons that they're throwing at like mines and enemies coming at you and stuff, and Nick is just having a blast just throwing harpoons at shit while I'm driving
Fuck
around.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love the
But-
harpoons.
But
So
I think
fucking fun.
to give you the authentic experience, Brooksy, and because I know you can handle it, when we play, I'm gonna let you be the player 1 character so I can get the player 2 experience this time. Because I've had
Alright, cool.
this will be
Hell yeah.
with playing with Nick will be literally my 3rd time having the player 1 experience, so I need a little bit of a flip around.
All right, I'm down.
But on the note of video games, so a couple of things actually. One, I recently replayed through the entire Greek mythology God of War games, all 6 of them.
Oh, nice. You finally finished that playthrough?
In chronological order. So instead of release order,
Nice.
so I went Ascension, Chains of Olympus, God of War 1, Ghost of Sparta, God of War 2, God of War 3. God, I
Hell
love
yeah.
God of War 3. That opening, it still holds up. That opening where Kratos is on the back of the Titans climbing up Mount Olympus, especially the remastered PS4 version, and he's like,
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
oh, it's so good. He's very angry.
Yeah.
And that those games, let's just say, I'm so glad that Kratos gets a redemption arc in the newer games because he does some truly unforgivable shit in these games. Some absolutely heinous. What he did
I love it.
what he did, and it's so brutal. He literally rips Helios's head off, just like rips it off. It's with his bare hands. The Greek
so
God of War
gruesome.
games, way more gore than the newer ones. I do kind of miss the gore in the newer ones, but I get it. The story makes, but in God of War Ragnarok, they kind of went back there. The way that he took out Heimdall was pretty fucking brutal, and that was kind of the point.
It'll be nice when the remaster of the Greek trilogy finally comes out.
Remakes, actually, they already did remasters on the PS3,
Remakes.
and that's why I'm
Remakes.
glad they're doing remakes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because I am so excited for you to finally play these games, Nick. I think you will like them a
Yeah,
lot. And
dude,
I hope
I'm excited.
my hope, this is going to sound crazy because I'm extremely left-leaning, and normally I would want them to modernize it a bit. I want them to modernize the gameplay and everything and the graphics, but I kind of hope that they don't fuck too much with all of the adult stuff, like the gore, the nudity, the gratuitous
Yeah.
sex, because I think it's important for Kratos' character development. I think it's important to see him as that
Yeah.
like Spartan warrior, the god of war who just didn't give a fuck and just fucked and stabbed his way through every town. You know what I mean? Like because it
That.
makes his character growth in the future games much more impactful. You know?
Yeah.
You have to see him at his most edgelord and worse in order to
Yeah.
really appreciate him at his best. You know what I mean? To
And I think
appreciate
since
that
they
growth.
have the original voice actor for the Greek Kratos to coming back to reprise his role, I think they would maybe
Yeah.
be more prone to stick with it than to do away with it. I could be wrong, but
Right.
fingers crossed. One can hope.
TC Carson. The old God of War games dig into some of the most fucked up parts of Greek mythology, but you really do fight everyone. Perseus, Hercules, Hermes, Hades. You go after all them sons of bitches.
And
Every
I
last one of
love
them.
I love me some Greek
Poseidon.
mythology.
Yeah, so it's good stuff.
Yeah,
By the
I'm
way,
excited
fun
to
fact,
play the remakes.
a lot of people do get it wrong, but it's like whatever. All the mainstream stuff get it wrong. In Greek mythology, it should actually be Heracles, not Hercules. I know this is very nerdy. Hercules is his name in Roman mythology, but everyone gets it wrong,
Oh,
including Disney and Sony. So who gives a shit? So,
yeah.
but that is just a fun fact for you.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, though, also on the note of video games, I'm not very far in it, but I have started playing Life is Strange Reunion, and I can tell you just
Ooh,
based off maybe
nice.
like the first hour and a half of this that this is definitely top 10 material this year. And it may
Ooh,
actually be
that's
in
high
some Game
praise.
Awards categories. I just checked Metacritic,
It's
and
very high praise.
as of right now, and I'm happy about this because it was on my fantasy draft, and I feel vindicated because I like this series. It's now at an 85 with only 4 critic reviews, so we'll see how it goes, but it has enough to be in the running. However, it has 154 user reviews and sitting at an 8.4. To be
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
clear, this is the first time in a long time that the fans have been this happy with a Life is Strange game, and I think the return of Chloe has a lot to do with that. And just to put it to you this way, I know I told you guys before that the first game ends with you having to choose between saving the town or saving Chloe from this oncoming storm. Either you
Yeah.
go back in time,
Yeah.
and let Chloe die to prevent this all from ever happening, or you say fuck the town and take Chloe with you and go on the road. Well, the previous game, a little bit of a spoiler here, double exposure. So just a warning for the audience. Fast forward a bit if you don't want to hear this. But in that game, you play as Max again, and one of her friends, Safi, gets killed, and she has kind of shut herself off from her rewind time powers, but she discovers she has a new power where she can open a door into an alternate reality where her friend Safi is still alive. And she also discovers throughout that game that her friend Safi is actually a shapeshifter. So she knows she's not the only
Mm.
one who has powers, which the audience already knew because of other Life is Strange games where you play as other people with powers. But Max has never met those people. So but basically what happens is Max ends up merging the two timelines together, the one where she's alive and the one where she's dead, and
Uh,
she merges those two timelines together at the end of the game, which causes a sort of I don't know how to put it, like time paradox thing where Chloe from the first game is now both alive and dead at the same time, like a Schrodinger's cat kind of thing,
oh, okay.
where basically because Max merged the two timelines, the one where she survived and one where she didn't, same for everything. Chloe is now alive, but she's having nightmares about her death. And
Oh,
it's so that's how she comes back into the story. And um everybody from the previous game who knew everything that happened, they kind of retcon it by saying that they all have what's called storm amnesia, where
oh,
conveniently for the sake of the story, only one character, which happens to be your nerdy scientist friend who's helping you learn how to, because Max's time powers are back in this game, you can rewind again like the first game, which is one of the reasons I think people like it. Um
yeah.
he's trying to help her learn how to use these powers. Not only can Max rewind time, but she can also look at photos and use them to jump back in time to the point of where that photo is. But she's learned that there's strong consequences to changing the past. In the first game, she tries to jump back in time to when her and Chloe were kids and prevent Chloe's dad from dying in a car accident. She succeeds, but what happens in turn is Chloe becomes paralyzed and ends up in a wheelchair the rest of her life. So the universe has a dark sense of humor. So Max has to go back and let Chloe's dad die in order to prevent Chloe from becoming paralyzed. And she tells
Okay.
Chloe that she
Okay.
did this, and she doesn't really take too kindly to her fucking with her past like that, as one should,
Right?
you know. But yeah, so it's this. So basically, they basically made it so all the characters from the previous game don't remember what happened about the timelines merging, about the storm, about your powers. They forgot all of it, except for one who happens to be the science whiz that you can trust with your secret, and he's like your man in the chair, basically. And
Yeah.
he's very creative because he knows he'll forget when you rewind time. So he does things like, I need you to get that coffee mug out of that locked cabinet without it breaking. And he knows the only way you can do that is with your powers. So if you walk up to it and hand him the coffee mug, because you can keep it when you rewind, you hand him the coffee mug and he sees the cabinet still locked, and he's like, okay, so it worked. So you did it. So I like that. It's creative. Um But to give you an idea, this game literally kicks off with Max coming back from a 3-day vacation. She works as a professor at a college now to find the college campus on fire and a bunch of students locked in the gym, like whoever did this wanted them to die. And then she immediately sees her nerdy scientist friend on a roof holding the unconscious body of her friend Chloe, and both of them fall through the roof and die. And so Max uses a picture to go back to back 2 days before she went on vacation to try and prevent this from happening in the first place. And that's how the game starts. That's how it fucking starts.
That's a lot.
It also starts with like a 5-minute recap of everything I just told you about the first game and double exposure. Like it just starts with like, so you literally could start with this game, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think I want to try and give this one a go.
You should, Nick. I know you like choice-based story-focused games.
I really
and
do.
This one is basically that, but it also with time rewind puzzles, basically.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But here's the other thing too. You can actually use your rewind time power in the game to go back and undo a choice that you didn't like. If you didn't like a choice you made, you can go back and make a different one.
Really?
Say
less. Say less.
That was a thing in the first game too, but you know everything you need to know now about the first game in double exposure, so you might as well start with this one.
Yeah.
It is, I think time travel and all that, I know you're already not too big on these types of choice-based games anyways, Brooksy, but I will say I am glad to see the reaction to it is really positive, and these games are really big in the LGBTQI plus community, not gonna lie. Max and Chloe are lesbian icons, if you choose to play them that way,
Listen.
But I know the time travel
shit
is... I know the time travel shit's probably too sci-fi for you,
Yeah. I tried playing the very first one and I just it never grabbed my attention, even getting near the end of it. I ended up not even finishing it. So probably won't get to this one. But I am very happy for you on your 85 on Metacritic. While I sit here with my 78 goose egg from Crimson Desert.
Well, hey,
this game has screwed me in multiple ways.
High on Life 2 was my goose egg, so...
Real quick, Brooksy, how is WWE 2K26 doing? Do we know?
I will give you a real-time update right now.
I'm so mad at this game.
I just want to...
You know who I found out is in the game, and I am boycotting the shit out of this game. I'm not even buying a used copy at this point because I'm so angry with it. Guess
this is on your list, right?
Yeah, it's on my team.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better because it's also sitting at a 78 right now.
Yeah, I'm so fucking mad at it, and you know why I'm so mad at it? Because fucking Jelly Roll's in the goddamn game. And I'm not going to get the chance to play as him in the next one. If they honestly, if they choose to go the route that they do that they did for this one for the going forward, I may actually be done with this franchise.
Oh damn.
Yeah, literally, like the biggest complaint is that it's just got a very predatory monetization system to it. Like, the game is fine, but it's just...
Because the gameplay looks amazing. The gameplay looks awesome, and I wish I could enjoy it, but I'm not going to if these are the choices that they're making. Like, even if I did buy the base game to upgrade to the top tier, if I wanted to skip past all the like battle pass bullshit, it's another $80.
Yeah.
It's like buying the game twice. It's fucking bullshit. And WWE is after nothing. They're money hungry mongers that need to get fucked.
I just want you to know
if you're upset about this, wait till you hear about the billionaires.
They're too close to the fucking Trump administration at that.
Yeah.
The only other thing is I've been on a huge Gorillaz kick lately because of their new mountain that came out, or their new album that came out called The Mountain. You want to know why they call this album The Mountain? Because it's fucking peak.
God.
It is.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah.
It is no, seriously though.
Nicely
This is a
done.
this is a true return to form for this band. Honestly, they had a couple of ups and downs there. Like a lot of people didn't like Humans and a few of the other albums, but
It was
this is
so
I would
cool seeing them perform on Saturday Night Live.
yeah, I've watched some of their live performances on YouTube and stuff. It's literally just like all the real people behind the band on stage and the cartoons on the screen behind them, and I like how they did that there too.
Hell
Their
yeah.
second song they performed on SNL, The Moon Cave, is actually my favorite song from the album, but The Mountain is, I would argue, their best album since Plastic Beach. It is
Oh,
Cool.
out of the entire
man.
track out of the entire track list. I think I added all but maybe 3 of them to my Gorillaz mix. You know, like my regular all the Gorillaz songs I like on shuffle, which is now over 100 tracks across all their albums.
Hell
So,
yeah.
but it's very telling which albums I pull the most songs from in terms of quality and how I feel about them. And Gorillaz is very, you know, we talked about in the last episode your litmus test for a band. That's my litmus test because, in my opinion, if you can't fuck with at least one Gorillaz song that isn't Clint Eastwood or Feel Good Inc., then you have no taste. I'm sorry, you just don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's like because like. I mean, those are their 2 most popular songs, and Feel Good Inc. was on the radio, so it's like, that one doesn't count, goddammit. Like,
No, it really doesn't.
dig
No,
a little bit
I-
deeper than that. Hit me up. I will accept On Melancholy Hill from Plastic Beach. That is, I think that's a very accessible song. But Gorillaz, like, they are their own genre. They don't fit into any one particular box. In fact, there's a line from the song, from the rap verse in the song The Moon Cave, where the guy says, "Is it hip hop? Is it gothic? Does it fit into the corner pocket?" Which is pretty much the whole Gorillaz theme right there, you know? Like, no, it doesn't fit into the corner pocket because they do a little bit of everything. Gorillaz songs have, as far as genres go, Gorillaz songs have been hip hop, pop, punk, rap, rock, funk, country, contemporary, jazz, techno, electronica, sometimes all the above on one album. You know, like so yeah, so they do not fit into any one particular box. If it wasn't for the voice of 2D being very distinct and noticeable, you could hear 2 different Gorillaz songs and think they were 2 different artists. So,
Yeah.
you
That's
know,
fair.
because they're so. But The Mountain, oh, Brooksy, I think you would really appreciate this album. The Mountain is inspired a lot by Hindu culture and their views on life and death. It is a concept album in the sense that it's supposed to be listened to from start to finish in chronological order to take you through a journey, much like some of their Demon Days album did. And that's why they even have like an intro and outro that bookend each other in terms of the sound. If you pay attention, you'll notice. It is so the guy behind Gorillaz and the voice of 2D, Damon Albarn, and his co-creator Jamie Hewlett, I think it is. Their dads both passed away within 10 days of each other, and then one of them, I forget who, their mother came down with cancer and traveled to India for alternative medicines. They went with her, and while they were out there, they were inspired a lot for music, and this is how this album came to be. If you pay attention to the lyrics of some of the songs, you'll notice this album is intended to both be happy and sad simultaneously. The song Orange County, I think, does a really good job about that, where the music is happy but the lyrics are sad.
Okay.
That's the one with the whistling in it, Nick.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you know, because the lyrics are literally the hardest thing is to say goodbye to someone you love. And even in the song, I like The Moon Cave, there's a
Orange
bit
County was
where
so good.
there's a bit where they say, if you're leaving me, don't make it harder than it has to be. Let me know so I can say goodbye. And then there's another part in the song, which always sticks with me, where they say, "You'd never recognize me again. Have you ever traveled on a moonbeam?" Gorillaz lyrics might be cryptic, but that doesn't mean they don't mean something. If in fact, the fact that they are cryptic makes me really strain my media literacy to figure out what they are trying to say, and I love that. It's like a musical puzzle, which is part of the reason I like them so much. And this album, I think, is a little less cryptic than most. I think it's very clear what they're talking about in most of these songs. Not all, but most of them. It's very clearly about life and death and Hindu culture and celebrations. There's even like the sound of them having a parade with the drums and stuff at the end of one of the songs. It's one of the most culturally diverse albums they've ever made. And for real, there's one song that has a Spanish guy rapping in Spanish over a Hindu sounding beat, like a Bollywood beat. And it works.
Yeah.
It works so well. So, yes, please listen to The Mountain and let me know what you think. I love it. You won't love every song, but god damn it, they're so good. Nick, you too. You might. I might be surprised at how many. What you think.
The whole album downloaded to my phone.
Oh, perfect. But you got to listen to it in track list order because it's a concept album, so it's intended to be listened to that way.
God damn it. There's one more thing I wanted to mention in my portion, but fucking forgot to.
Hold on a second. Let me just say this. By the way, Gorillaz also put out a music video for this album. It's 9 minutes long. It is 3 songs from the album stitched together: The Mountain, The Moon Cave, and The Sad God. It is some of The Mountain and some of The Sad God, but all of The Moon Cave in the middle. So it's more a music video for that than anything, but it is heavily inspired, if you watch it, heavily inspired by The Jungle Book in terms of animation style and even some of the visuals and stuff that they run into. And the rap part in The Moon Cave goes so fucking hard, and the visuals, there is a lot of symbology in the visuals in that music video. Like, it would take hours to sit there and dissect all of it, but they know what they're doing, and I love them for it. Gorillaz, in case anyone is wondering, they are very left-leaning and very activists. All of their albums are basically, Demon Days was about the war in Iraq, Plastic Beach was about pollution, Humans was about Trump's America in 2016. So
listen, they rock with Palestine, I rock with them.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this was a great. Oh god, I love this album. But you had one more thing you said, Nick, before we move on.
Yeah, and this is a big one because I don't know how I forgot about this, but I have been waiting 20 years for a Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special, and oh my god, finally on fucking March 24th, it dropped on Disney Plus. Oh my god, I loved Hannah Montana growing up. I don't care who says anything negative about it. I fucking loved it, and if it was, she wrote a song specifically for this special called Younger You, and it didn't release right away at the time of the special, but she did perform it as the very last part of the special. So I was even wondering if they were even going to release it. They released it the following Friday. Seeing Miley back on the set, reminiscing on all of the stuff that all the different, like, it was just surreal. Seeing Selena Gomez come back, seeing her and her dad interact. She went full Hannah Montana. She got the blonde wig out and everything. But it was something special. For sure.
Nice. All right. Well, now that we've had time to catch up and everything, it's time for us to do a little bit of Would You Rather.
Let's go.
It's a tradition on the show that we do this. And I have it.
Yeah.
I have it on my phone here, and I'm gonna record the screen so that I can put it in the video version. What the things are on the screen.
Hell yeah.
But this is pretty self-explanatory. Two choices are going to come up, both of them terrible, but we have to sit here and discuss which one we think is the less terrible one. What we would go
All
with.
right.
Lesser of the two evils.
We don't all have to land on the same answer. You can plant your flag wherever you want to. You don't have to choose the same as anyone else. This isn't competitive or anything. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
And we're actually starting pretty strong here, if I'm being honest. This is a great one. It's would you rather
Oh man.
would you rather eat a fruitcake made entirely of mystery ingredients or
Oh.
never celebrate any holiday ever again?
Oh god damn it.
We started on hard mode
All
today.
right. Nah, it's pretty.
That's not fair. That's mean.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Let's just go ahead and blow up all the holidays, man.
You know what? I'm kind of with you on that. It would save a lot of money. I'm just saying.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna sit.
And I don't need Halloween to enjoy horror.
Yep.
No.
I don't need Christmas to enjoy time with family.
And
Give me the fucking mystery fucking fruitcake.
Really?
I'll fucking suffer. Yes, I'll fucking
Nah.
suffer. Just so I can
best.
keep my holidays.
I am going to click on the one that is majority, just so you know. That's how I'm going to play this. So it looks like it's
No, that's fine.
2
That's
to 1
fine.
on this one. And
Enjoy your cake.
I will say, though, the votes for people, I'm going to pull this back down here so I can show you. It's going to be backwards, but
Yeah.
the internet was on
Just you
Nick's.
and I are the minority.
Yeah, the internet was on Nick's side here. People love their holidays.
Here's the thing. I think it is. Are
we keeping score this time?
Known.
No.
I think it's pretty well known that I am not the biggest fan of capitalism.
Yeah.
So me being like, yeah, get rid of the holidays. That's fine. I'll celebrate for whatever I feel like.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
not
fair.
I'm not eating your special cake. I'm not doing it. Sorry.
Here's
I'll fucking suffer.
Here's an easy and fun one, and basically it's like, what would you prefer your useless superpower to be? Read good or write good? But the question is, would you rather be able to read textbooks perfectly in 5 minutes, like speed read a whole textbook in 5 minutes and retain all of it, or be able to write a perfect essay in 10 minutes?
Oh, read in 5 minutes. Knowledge is power. And if I can,
Yeah, knowledge is power.
Yeah, I'm gonna
if
go
I
with
can
read in 5
consume-
minutes as well.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And wow, that was close. We actually lost that one. It was 53 to 46, but very close. Almost split even.
That's because Americans don't like reading.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Okay.
You know what that reminds me? Knowledge is power reminds me of Schoolhouse Rock.
Yes, that is where that's from.
Yes.
Would you rather have 10 brothers and sisters or be an only child?
Oh. Here's the thing.
Apologies to any
I-
siblings listening to this, but I'm gonna have to pick only child if it's 10. It's a bit more like
I know.
like-
I know. Oh.
I love my
Yeah,
brother.
no. I love my brother to death, but no,
Like-
I
I love my brother. I do. And it's like, do I Thanos my brother?
I could not.
Or do I
could
add
not-
9 more Seans? And I
could
don't know if I
not-
could deal with that.
I could not. I couldn't add
Sean, if
9
you're
more.
listening, sorry,
I
dude.
could not add 9 more Phillips.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
fuck it. We're going Thanos, perfectly balanced. Nuke my brother. I'd rather be.
Only
I'd
child.
rather solo it.
Yep, that's a majority. 63%
Because that,
to 36%.
yeah, you're basically just signing me up to be Amish, and I'm good. Like,
Oh, here's another fun superpower one. Would you rather be able to make plants grow fast, like control over plants, or be able to make it rain whenever you wanted?
oh.
And that's that's make it
Ooh.
rain as in water, not make it rain like at the strip club. Like,
All right.
Spy.
yeah, this isn't money related.
Water
No.
is too invaluable of a resource. So for me, I would want water because I live with two people that have hella green thumbs. They'll make it grow, but we need that water. Yeah, I'm going water on this one.
Yeah, same.
Make it rain.
Yeah.
I think I have to
Make it
agree too. I
rain.
think that's where I landed almost immediately was make it rain because I like the rain.
Make it rain.
I do like the rain. But are we in the 60 to 39. Well, 60.8 to 39.2, but
If I could have a thunderstorm every night to help me fall asleep,
That was-
that'd be fantastic.
60-40 split in our favor, by the way. So
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one for us socially anxious introverts. This both of these sound
Oh,
like
God.
a nightmare. This ought to be great.
Oh, no.
Would you rather perform for an audience of 100,000 people,
Okay.
or perform privately one-on-one for your idol?
100,000 people. I'm not even thinking twice on that.
Wait.
I'm
I need
perfectly
to know. I
fine.
need to know who the idol is. That's why. Why are we shying out of this? Because, like in my case,
It's
I'm assuming.
it doesn't matter who it is. It's the one-on-one aspect. It's being in
Oh.
a room just with one individual. That feels like way more pressure to me. Because when it's like 100,000 people, like I just feel like I'm standing on a stage and it's just a bunch of moving heads and like it doesn't register like individual people. But if it's one-on-one, fuck that. No, I'm out. No.
See, Nick. In your case, I'm
I
assuming
would-
this would be like performing for Jelly Roll, right?
Yes. Yes. How, you saw the gears turning, didn't you?
In the past, it would have been James Durbin. Well, I'm curious. I
Yeah,
am
he very well
curious.
would have.
I do want to put because I'll answer it too. Who would be the celebrity that you would be nervous to do what they do in front of them?
Who, me?
Ooh.
Yeah, both of you. I know. Well, it would be Jelly Roll for you, Nick. I know you said that, but
No, dude,
I think like if I
it
tried
would
to do comedy in front of Seth MacFarlane, I feel like I would fall flat on my face. You know what I mean? Like I would really fuck it
Yeah.
up.
You want to hear something funny about that? There was, I used to hang out with a few local comedians out in the Rockford area, and I tried my hand at an open mic and fucking failed epically.
Fair enough. I probably would too. I could make jokes behind a
Does it have to
camera.
be a music artist or kind of any famous person?
Anyway, it says idol, so
I don't really have like I idolize this person.
yeah. If you don't have a celebrity
Like-
you idolize, then just go with like
I would
favorite.
say like
Strong
I would
respect
say,
for.
like, I do talk a lot about like politics in my personal life, and I do watch a fair amount of Hassan Piker while I'm working. Like the idea of being like one-on-one in a room with Hassan Piker talking about political discourse, like I feel like I would stumble over my words way more than like giving a speech presentation in front of 100,000 people. Yeah, no, I'm still choosing 100,000 people. Like I'm not even thinking twice on that for me personally.
Yeah, I would perform for Jelly Roll.
Oh, you would do the one-on-one.
Yeah.
Even though I know I would be really bad at it, I think I also have to go with the one-on-one just because a bigger crowd is more intimidating. I've always thought, what would it be like to be on SNL? And even the idea of that makes me want to shit my pants, quite frankly. You know,
I mean,
for the record, I tried my hand at performing on stage when I was in grade school. It did not go over well, and I got laughed at.
mhm.
So there's
Yeah.
that.
I was not a theater kid.
So I
I
received.
tried.
You see, like I could not be an actor, but I could be a voice actor because It's just my voice. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I feel more uncomfortable one-on-one than I am in a group setting personally. And like I've accepted an award and given a speech in front of about 1,000 people before. And I'm like, all right, 100 times that amount becomes even less of like, it's more people, but it feels less individual. So like, yeah, no, for me personally, I would do the 100,000 people.
it's pretty close
Fair
though.
enough.
It was in favor of perform privately at 57.3% versus 42.7% for the audience.
Okay.
All right.
Very close though.
Hell yeah.
Boy, Brooksy, this episode's
What's next?
is just out to get like you. Wow. This
Oh, all right.
this episode's just
you got?
out to get you. Would you rather speak like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Oh. I mean, I use a CPAP machine, so I guess Vader.
Yes. It's either you're like so you either have to go around being all the
There
time.
goes my dreams of being a ninja.
Oh,
or
no.
or you have to go around. Imagine going to McDonald's and you have to be like, have a cheeseburger, I will. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh my god. No.
I'm gonna go with the diabetes heavy breathing Darth Vader. That's the route I'm personally going with.
I'm gonna have to go with Yoda because I like talking like Yoda anyways. It makes Nick laugh.
And it breaks me every time.
And I'm good at it. That's the best part. What's your choice, Nick? The asthma or the smoker's voice?
Speak like Yoda, I will.
Yeah, that wasn't quite there. But A for effort. That's pretty fucking close though. 52 to 47, 52 in favor of Yoda. Oh my god.
Ugh.
All right, I'm not doing that one. That's gross.
Oh.
Now I want to know.
It's would you rather not change your socks for a month or not change your underwear for a month?
You're fucking gross. No, thank you. Let's skip that one. Fuck that. No, thank you. I can't.
Joke's on you. I don't wear socks.
Ooh. Okay, so
you live in California.
Here's a gross one.
They're prison for your feet.
It is.
Here's a gross one, but this is like Fear Factor gross, so it's fun. Would you rather eat a live insect every day or drink a glass of pond water every day?
Well, fun fact, statistically, the average human eats about 10 spiders a year just from sleeping with their mouth open.
I'm pretty sure that's
fuel.
I'm pretty sure that's a debunked myth.
No, I lived in the country. I've woken up with spiders on me. I believe it.
Fair enough.
Could be wrong.
I don't know.
Give me the pond water.
I feel like the pond water will kill you, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I'd rather
I-
because like if I get to choose, like I'm picking like an ant. Like I'm just gonna like throw it in my PB and J.
I
Just,
can't.
like,
says-
you know.
it says-
the texture.
It says live insect. It doesn't say what kind. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Eat, a fly would be really dirty, but an ant, like a small tiny ant, goes down easy. Might not be too bad.
Yeah. Again, I'm just gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it in my sauce.
But-
It's gonna
Okay,
get
but think about
condensed
this
down. It'll be fine.
texture-wise. A glass of pond water is gonna have goose poop and algae and scum in it. So
No. Okay, give me the fucking bug.
I love that out of everything that pond water could have, the very first thing that came to mind for you was goose poop.
also,
I don't think that's even in my top 50 things.
Also, you could get the best of both worlds because it might have leeches too. You never. So
No.
you know what they say? Everything's edible once.
God damn it.
I'll
No.
take goose poop for 200, Alex.
No, thank you.
So live
No.
insect it is, and that
Yes, live
wow,
insects.
that
Fuck.
is another split down the middle one. It's 52 for live bug, but 47 or 48 for pond water.
That's 48% of the population dying pretty fast. Like,
Those are the same people who thought they could cure COVID with bleach. Until
yeah. Yeah, they would have never made it through the Oregon Trail.
No. God damn.
Okay, here's a fun and easy one. Would you rather explore space or explore the ocean, which is basically just underwater space?
Oh man.
Ooh, I've always been fascinated with the ocean.
I would be terrified of both of these things, just to be clear.
Okay, so I also remember Ocean Gate.
Well, that's why you
Well,
don't
as
go
long as you're
down in a
not
homemade
operating it with a
submarine by a
Logitech controller.
yeah.
That's right.
Professionals scuba dive
I've-
every day, no
I've-
problem.
Exactly. No, I have always been fascinated with the ocean. In fact, fun fact, you remember hearing about the orca at SeaWorld Orlando taking out the trainer and killing him?
Yeah.
Killing her, I should say. That exact trainer that was later killed by the orca. I actually got to have like when my brother and I were young. We actually got to talk to her after one of the Shamu shows because my brother and I were like we at the time we were really interested in marine biology, but a job like what she does doesn't require marine biology. It requires a psychology degree.
Yeah.
Little fun fact about from a person who's no longer with us. That was a big. It actually it actually took me by surprise when I found out it was that trainer.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I've always been fascinated with the ocean. So for me, this is an easy answer. I'd want to explore the ocean.
here's another fun fact for you. The game Soma also primarily takes place at the bottom of the ocean, and once you go out in the water, you will see some sea creatures like turtles and jellyfish. Later, though, you go down.
You just sold me.
You go down to the deeper parts. Later, you go down to the deeper parts though and see anglerfish and shit like that. But it is ocean. It is all ocean.
Okay.
This is going to come as a genuine shock to everyone. I think I would actually choose space over,
Wait,
over
what?
the ocean.
Yeah, that surprises me because space is literally where sci-fi comes from. Mostly.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it like the ocean is like feels infinite, but space is infinite, and I feel like I would come across more things, including more oceans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with space. Actually,
Yeah.
I know it's a surprise.
And then you'll travel so far that you go through a wormhole and end up in a time paradox where you go into your own past. Just like Interstellar.
I can't wait to go through trauma all over again.
Or or Futurama. But no, see, it's not you in the same you're in your own past but as a different you, and you affect something that happened earlier in the movie when you saw the books fall off the shelf, but you didn't realize that it was actually him behind the bookshelf in the time paradox later from the wormhole. Interstellar is really weird. I love it. Christopher Nolan is a mad genius. All of his movies except Batman are confusing as fuck, and I love it.
Fair enough.
But okay. Yeah, these both sound terrifying to me. Ocean has cooler looking things, but man, on the water, I guess I'll go with space as well. I know what Markiplier would say. Space is the majority, 62% or 38%. Yeah, Markiplier has gone on record saying that he would gladly take a trip to space, even knowing that it meant his death, just for a chance to be in space. Like if he knew if he knew he had no chance of coming back, he would still do it because he's like, it's on the bucket list going into space.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a fun one.
What's this next one?
Here's a fun one that Nick might be able to answer better than either of us.
Might be able to? That sounds promising.
Might be able to better than either of us.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Would you rather have a cute, well-behaved child that stays at an age of your choosing for their entire life, so you pick the age, they never get older, or a child that develops from a baby to 18 years old in only 2 years and then ages normally after that? So basically, they skip 16 years and then after 18, they age normally moving forward.
Give me that.
You would rather have the straight from baby to 18 and then normal over the stay at the same age forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give me that.
Fair.
I look forward to 10 years from now when your kid listens to this and be like, Dad, what the hell?
Oh my god. Brooksy?
Okay, so it's basically a kid at the same age forever or rapid age for 2 years. I gotta go with what Nick said, but I think for a different reason. I feel like it would be cruel to keep someone infinitely at the same age for the entirety of their existence.
That too.
It depends though, because for me, if I had the choice, I would choose to stay 25 forever. That would be that's my ideal.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but like to rob someone of
the choice.
And also, I mean, like, now granted, they're speed running through childhood and adolescence, but they at least got to experience, like, a month and a half of each year. If I choose, they're robbed entirely of that experience of growing up.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go with speed running through your formative years.
Yeah, when you put it
for
that
200,
way,
Alex.
When you put it that way, I have to agree.
So long as all of the necessary life skills is instilled in the child upon turning 18.
Yeah, right. That's good. It'd be really fucking funny if they turned 18 and we're still talking like a baby and shitting themselves. So,
dude,
talk about wishing on a monkey's paw.
They'd be set up for failure.
You didn't think about that. You didn't think about that, but you already planted your flag. It's too late now.
Yeah. I did. I'm just gonna have to live through the poor thing, Sarah. Like, that's just what it is.
No.
Let's just say though that the majority was with you, 60-40 split on that one.
Okay.
Here's a fun dialect one. Would you rather be forced to speak in rhymes for the rest of your life, or be forced to always repeat the last word of each sentence that someone else says to you?
Say that again?
So would you rather be like that, right? Would you rather be forced to speak in rhymes for the rest of your life, or be forced to, whenever someone's talking to you, you always repeat the last word they said, no matter what?
Said.
Let's go. I'm gonna give the first one.
You want to speak in rhymes?
I do not want to speak in rhymes. I do not want to be in a Disney fucking original movie. I'm good.
You don't want to live the rest of your life as a Shakespearean poet?
I want to live Dr. Seuss.
No,
Nick wants the Dr. Seuss.
I have no aspirations.
I want to live the Slim Shady life.
I feel like
you would rather be a parrot.
Yeah. It feels less annoying.
Let's.
I'm sorry. Nick, I'm telling you right now,
Okay.
if you only spoke in rhymes, like 3 weeks, our friendship would have lasted.
Yeah,
Maybe.
if you speak in rhymes for the rest of your life, you will cause Brooksy very much strife.
Well, this has been fun, everybody. I think I hear the oven going off. Oh my god, the pug needs me.
Okay, so
hear
me out.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you were never much of a poet or songwriter, Brooksy.
Okay. Fun fact, actually, some of my poetry in middle school was in Plano, Texas's news article because I won in a middle school contest.
Oh, nice!
So I can write, but forever.
Yeah, forever.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'd rather
imagine
just
rhyming but
what,
talking
though?
like Yoda.
I think I would have to go. I would have to go with the rhyming thing too, though, because I could take so much advantage of that. You know, like if someone wants to come over to the house or whatever, I could stand outside the door at work, and before customers come in, I could be like, la 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 la, tee hee hee hee, to come on in, you must answer my riddles 3. You know, shit like that. That would be me.
So, anyways, I think my oven is going off.
Hey, don't you know the story of the Billy Goat's gruff? Anyways, let's see where that takes us. And I have to say, Brooksy, the majority was on your side, 58.8% to 41.2 on the rhyming. That's very okay. We'll do like 2 more. Here's a fun one. Would you rather have to survive a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion? Where do you stack your chances higher of surviving?
Zombie apocalypse. Are you kidding me? They're not going to have the technology. They're not. No, zombies, 100%.
Yeah, zombies you can outrun. They gotta bite you. Aliens, they got
long
those.
as they get to be on your team, I choose zombies.
Aliens got those zappy guns that make you disintegrate instantly. You know.
Yeah.
No. Have you seen Mars Attacks? The fuck? No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm good.
I do feel though, like if you die to a zombie, that's a long suffering death. At least the aliens will kill you instantly. They have mercy. Like,
yeah. No. Oh no. I'm 86ing myself. If I get bit, like,
it's been a good run.
This is fun. Yeah. Like.
But it is a 60-40,
yeah, a
60-40 split in favor of zombies. So.
As much as I don't like zombies, I'm very picky with my zombie content. Yeah, no, I would choose zombie apocalypse.
All right, we're gonna end it on an interesting food one. Would you rather have unlimited access to a lifetime supply of the world's finest cocoa, like hot chocolate cocoa, but never be able to eat candy chocolate again? Or would you rather enjoy candy chocolate daily but never have cocoa again? It's basically you're choosing between unlimited cocoa but no chocolate, or unlimited chocolate but no cocoa ever again.
That's not fair. Like, I have a sweet tooth, but I also enjoy a really nice cup of cocoa around in the wintertime.
Yeah, me too. Especially if it's made with milk.
That's not fucking fair.
Gotta make it with milk, not with water.
I will tell you right now.
You know what I love to do when it comes to cocoa? And I learned this from watching the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie. You make the hot cocoa, and then you put a little bit of French vanilla creamer in there and mix that shit in. Oh my god, it's so good.
You put the lime in the cocoa nut, yeah?
No, lime?
I
know what you. I know what you were saying. The lime in the coconut to drink it all up. No, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one.
You're both foodies.
I think.
Family.
Oh, I already know my answer.
Oh, okay. Well, then go.
Yeah, go.
So, first off, not to be the bearer of bad news, not to be Captain Killjoy or anything, I'm not a big fan of sweets. Like, I'm really
Okay.
not. Like, my sweets that I like is, like, I like fruity flavored candy, or like, as my wife likes to say, old people candy. Like, like when you go to a gas station, they have that 99. Listen, you go to a gas station, they got that 99-cent bag of like gummies that are shaped like orange slices. Like,
Yes.
that's my
Oh, I
shit.
love those.
The orange
Those are so
and the,
good, right?
I like
Like,
the cherry
that's-
ones.
Yeah, like I'll eat those. I'll eat Swedish fish, a good payday.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm not a big I'm not a big chocolate person. Um, I would say honestly I would take the chocolate candy, and the main reason why is because dark chocolate goes really well as an additive for something like a chili or something like that. It just adds an
okay.
extra depth of flavor to it. Um, not to mention, not to loophole this by any means, but you can also throw a chocolate bar in a dehydrator and then mortar pestle it. Boom, you got kind of cocoa powder.
Mm.
uh,
Interesting.
there's
You
ways
found a
around it.
loophole.
I did. Yeah, so I guess I guess I'm gonna go with keep the candy and goodbye cocoa powder.
So what about would you land on, Nick?
Okay, so here's my defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna choose the cocoa, lifetime supply of cocoa, because yes, while I enjoy chocolate candy, there's plenty of other sweets out there that I can enjoy that's
Yeah.
not chocolate.
That's where I'm sitting at too. I'm more of a fruit chewy candy guy myself, but I do like hot cocoa, especially with marshmallows and whipped cream on top. Forget about it.
Oh,
So
so good.
Cocoa it is for me. I'm the tiebreaker, but Nick, we are in the minority. 64.2% to 35.8. People love their chocolate.
64% of people have
those
no.
fucking gourmet hot
No,
chocolates.
64% of people are big brain energy, thinking to themselves, "We're going to dehydrate this, and we're just going to grind it down and make our own cocoa powder." How dare you?
All right,
I,
here's a fun existential crisis one that we'll end on before we talk about that movie real quick. Would you rather be the only human left on Earth, or be surrounded by humans but unable to communicate with them, kind of like a ghost?
Ooh.
Oh, that's terrifying. Either way.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Huh.
Oh,
Not to-
goddamn.
So not to be sappy. I personally I don't want to be on this rock if my best friend, my wife, is not on this rock. So I'm gonna go with the silence. I got
The
there's
silence.
text. There's
Yeah.
texting. There's a little board that I
Well,
could write on.
it specifies be unable to communicate with them. It doesn't specify the method of communication.
Body language is a thing.
So what? Are you gonna cut off my arms? Because I'm gonna learn sign language.
Maybe they can't. Maybe, like I said, maybe they can't see or hear you like a ghost.
Oh, okay. So like a ghost.
But I
Man,
wonder if it's
That's
possible.
depressing
They don't-
either way.
They don't specify here, but it does make me wonder if it's possible for you to still interact with everyday objects, though.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with the silence. Yeah, me too. Because I can't not be around my friends and family.
if you can interact with everyday objects, you could take full advantage of this to make significant changes in the world, like an invisible superhero. If you think about it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. those billionaires are going to disappear real quick.
Yeah.
Real fucking quick.
Oh boy. Yeah, so okay, let's go with that one. And that is another majority split, 66.4 to 33.6.
Are we in the majority?
Yes.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right, so we're going to wrap up this episode by talking about the recent horror movie from A24, Undertone. We all saw it in theaters. We're going to give some quick spoiler-free thoughts and a rating first, and then dig into spoilers for the last bit here, and then we'll end the episode. So, we'll actually let you know when we're going to transition into spoilers, so you can stop the episode there if you so wish. You won't be missing anything if you don't want it spoiled. So, at first I was gonna wait for this to hit digital or whatever so I could watch it with headphones because I thought it would be, and because it is a very audio based experience. But I am glad I saw it in theaters because I do think the surround sound really lent to the experience there. I think
Really
Yeah.
fucking did.
the movie theater really did take the movie itself takes full advantage of the theater's speaker setup. I think, especially
Yes, absolutely.
some of the more disturbing noises, especially, there were some parts of this movie that made me genuinely uncomfortable, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
The kind of uncomfort I wish to feel from horror. So the basic setup for this, for anyone who doesn't know, is does anyone remember the main character's name? I remember her friend because he stole my name.
Yes,
But
that was super fucking ironic. No, I don't remember her name.
damn it, I feel so bad about that because she was really good in
Hold
this.
on. IMDb this shit.
I think Brooksy's already on it.
Let's see. Evie?
Evie. I
Evie.
think that's
Evie.
right. So this girl,
It's spelled EVY, which is, I was like, it's
Yeah.
been a few weeks since I've seen the movie, so.
Yeah, it has.
this
Evie.
So she is at her mom's house, and her mom is basically in hospice care. She's like literally on her deathbed, and this girl Evie, she runs a podcast about the unexplained paranormal stuff and unsolved mysteries with her friend
she's just-
Justin. What's that?
She's a skeptic at that.
On the podcast, she's a skeptic. So that's one of the things I noticed I thought was really cool because they have this thing where when they're off recording, they are their true selves. But when they're on recording, they're like, all right, let's get into character. I think it's just who they play on the show. She's the skeptic.
Okay.
And he's the, yeah. And that is a lot of podcasts do that. Not everyone, including ourselves, we can't, like, you do have to put on a little bit of a pizzazz mask to keep it entertaining for the audience,
Yeah.
So you'll find I ham it up quite a bit on this show and on my YouTube channel in ways that I don't normally do in real life. I'm a cartoon character on here, in contrast.
Yep.
So
Hell yeah.
it's normal. That's not to say I'm not genuine. I'm just keeping it fun.
Hell yeah.
But that being said, so I appreciated they run this podcast, and basically they are sent this mysterious email with these 10 files on it that is audio of something that happened to this couple. And as they start listening to the files, the more they listen, the more weird shit starts happening in the house that she's in, involving her and her mom upstairs and all kinds of stuff like that. And it is very well done, and I won't say any more than that in the spoiler free section as far as plot, because the places that it goes from there is where the real meat and potatoes is. But
Yeah.
but as far as spoiler free thoughts though, what I will say real quick, entire movie takes place in one location, the house. Not once did they ever film anywhere that wasn't inside the house. And I thought, to me, this movie is up there with the first Saw movie in terms of using a low budget to its full advantage. And points for creativity too, because this one does it even more. This would have been as if the first Saw movie was all bathroom and nothing else.
Yeah.
Is what this would be. And so I do
Yeah.
I appreciate how they took advantage of a low budget here, and there's no there's no CGI or special effects. This is all practical shit. They're using lights and camera trickery. They're using someone standing in the background as a blurry silhouette to just make you feel goosebumps all over and it's and
Uh-huh.
they're not doing really over the top stuff. It's a very grounded movie, and it makes it feel more real, which is something that A24 has always been good at ever since Hereditary.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
The way that they film their movies just make them feel less. It's the lack of Hollywood glam, I think, is what it is. They're not all spruced up and spazzed up with a bunch of CGI and special effects and shit. They feel like watching documentaries of real murders half the time, quite frankly. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very, very grounded stuff. And that's what leads to you feeling so uncomfortable, because it feels like this is happening to real people, not just actors.
Yeah.
And I love that this movie does that so well, but it's the audio in this. It's because the files they listen to, you never see any of it, but you hear everything, and it lets your imagination run wild. The picture you have to paint in your own mind, and it's just, it really plays on the what you don't see is scarier than what you do see trope, which I greatly
Yeah.
appreciate, because that is my kind of horror.
Yeah.
This is purely psychological horror. This is real fuck with your head type shit in the way that
Dude,
I greatly appreciate.
so the second the credits started rolling, I got up out of my seat and I booked it out of that auditorium. Like, dude,
I mean, it
I'm like,
wasn't scary like that. We'll get into how it ended in the spoilers, because I have some thoughts. I just want to say, this might shock you. I'm actually very happy with how it ended, and I'll explain why later.
No, I am.
I
too.
actually
Like,
I agree with you on
don't
that.
get me wrong. Like, I loved it. Like, it's getting a 9.5 out of 10 from me.
A 9.5. I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So you're even a higher point than me, to be honest. And I don't really have any reason for not giving it any higher than 9, besides the fact that it's just like it's almost perfect. It's just there's nothing really holding it back. It's just that it maybe fell just a tiny bit short of reaching its full potential, but it was.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily have any problems with it, to be honest. I actually can't think of a single flaw in hindsight. Now, just because it's
Yeah.
flawless, though, doesn't mean it's a 10 out of 10. It's very weird how I rate my things. It's nuanced. So it's a 9 for me.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, it is hard pressed for me to watch anything from A24 that I'm just not going to inherently love.
Right.
This movie, this movie
It's a
scratched.
vibe.
It really scratched all the itches that I was really looking for.
Same.
I love a good slow burn. I love tension. I love
This was a good
ambiguity.
slow burn.
Yes.
This
This is tension building
thought-
the movie. Like, quite frankly. Yeah.
It really
Yes.
is. And it continues building literally through to the credits.
It's the horror version of
and-
power creep. And I think
Yeah.
it's those audio files they listen to that really sell it, because you as an audience member also want to know how it ends. They
Yeah.
really take you
Exactly.
And I
along
will
for that ride.
say, it's one of those rare movies where halfway through it, I wasn't sure what direction it was going to be heading. Like, I had some ideas, but where it would ultimately land in its third arc, it kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I was fully enthralled from beginning to the end, and it was like getting
same.
to sit there and almost like internally, I'm like putting together all the different pieces of the puzzle of things that were mentioned from 45 minutes ago to the first couple of scenes that are kind of coming more into fruition right at the very end of it, and subtle nods of scenery or pieces that you see earlier in the movie and how they relate, or something that you see somebody holding and then reflection on it 30 minutes later. It's just
Yeah.
it everything tied really cohesively well for me.
In hindsight, there was
I
some good foreshadowing.
It really, yeah, it was a lot of really good foreshadowing that in certain aspects didn't look like foreshadowing initially, and as it came on, it was like, oh, okay, all right, I see what you did there. I like that. Yeah, I mean, Justin, I'm right there with you. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Is there something like specifically like holding me back from a 9.5 or a 10? Um, it was really well done from beginning to end. There's just something about it that just like it doesn't scream a masterpiece to me. It doesn't scream
No,
the
definitely
highest
not.
level of pure excellence to me that
Right,
warrants.
right.
Because 10 is like a flawless piece
No,
of
I get it.
entertainment in
It's
my
a
eyes.
great movie, but it
Uh,
ain't no Sinners.
yeah, it ain't a Sinners. Like that's the thing. It's like it was damn good. And do I plan on watching it again? Absolutely. Do I plan on getting a physical copy of it? Absolutely. Am I going to speak about this movie the same level I'm going to be speaking about a movie like Sinners 10 years from now? No, I'm not. If someone brings up, be like, oh yeah, damn, that is a good ass movie. Like that'll be the response, not like this was a revelation. And I think
I
that's what
tell you
keeps
this though,
me having it at a 9.
it's my favorite movie of the year so far. I'll put it that
Yeah,
way.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you in that.
But
Year to
but
date, I think
yeah.
it's kind of tied for me personally. I think my top two movies so far this year is irrevocably this, and then Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Those have been my two favorite
Oh.
movies I've seen so far this year.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to say about Undertone that's
Mm,
like something I really appreciated. You only ever see Evie and her mom in this movie as far as people. You only ever hear
yeah,
anyone else. And I thought that was another really strong way to take advantage of the low budget, but also it lends to the power of the voice acting behind the people that you only hear. Because
yeah,
yeah.
you only ever hear them, but they still sell it. It still
they
feels
do.
real, you know?
They really
Um
do.
and it's just yeah, this movie is an auditory experience in a lot of ways. I love another thing I like too that they do with the audio. They play with audio a lot in this is the difference between audio when she's wearing the headphones and when she takes them off. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like you have these
There's a
moments
big difference.
you have these moments where she's wearing the headphones and they're listening to the files and it's all the noise and everything and she's like listening to the nursery rhymes in reverse and hearing the creepy lyrics and stuff and then she's like all right, I can't do this anymore. She takes the headphones off and you just like hear the clock slowly ticking and like the emptiness of the house and it's like it gave me like nostalgic flashbacks to my great grandmother's house, honestly. um it had that same that stillness. There's like a quiet stillness to it, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's a vibe I got off of it. Um and it's just yeah, the way the cinematography and the audio editing in this movie are both very well done. If there is anything about this movie that is a masterpiece, it's its audio work.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really honestly I think the only A24 film that has better audio, and I don't know if, well, that's not true. They have a lot of really, like, if you like, Warfare has incredible audio to it. But they're number one by far if you haven't seen it yet, and you're feeling like getting bummed out. The Zone of Interest, that it plays with audio like Undertone, but to the 10th degree. Like it is, oh god, it's so good.
Ooh.
when it
It will
comes
bum you out. I'm just gonna let you know that it's gonna bum you out,
when
but
it
it is a masterful movie.
when it comes to A24, it's mostly their horror movies that I watch, but I am interested in some of the other things too. I do. There is some stuff on my list. Um, do you guys have any more spoiler-free thoughts on Undertone?
No.
No, I want to talk about the movie freely.
I want to talk about the nitty-gritty.
Okay, all right. Well, for those of you who are listening, if you do not want to be spoiled on Undertone, this is your cue to get the hell out of here. But also, thank you for listening. Click that like button, leave a comment. All right, goodbye.
Later.
All right,
Love it.
spoiler time.
All right, dude.
Last
so
warning.
I never thought I never thought that the sound of light bulbs popping would jump scare me, but this movie fucking managed it, bro.
The movie does have a couple jump scares. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that counts as a
Dude.
spoiler, but okay.
No.
What
okay,
I would say,
it's-
I didn't want to be able to discuss it fully during the spoiler-free aspect. The one thing that I wish that they spent a little bit more time, and it could have been like researching online or one of the people calling in to give more context, is I wish I knew more about the demon itself, Abazu. Like, I didn't need to see it, and honestly, like, I'm glad that they didn't show the
Right.
demon in the movie, because
Yes.
that was some
for
trippy
me,
shit.
like,
It being
that-
invisible
that-
is better.
yeah, I agree, because you've got like I prefer, for a lot of baddies, I prefer
Like
in horrors
Insidious.
to not
Insidious was
see them.
Insidious was good until they showed the demon at the end. Then it got stupid.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
and and same thing with like the
Darth
Conjuring.
Maul demon?
The moment
Yes.
Darth Maul pops up, I'm like, I'm fucking out, dude. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like, you didn't have to do that. The part where your camera's lingering on the dark corner in the ceiling, and Dalton's like, "There's something
Yeah.
up there," but you can't see it. That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah,
Dustin, you
like-
remember how much of a chicken shit I used to be, because the one time you watched the first Insidious movie with me and old dude's house, fucking I wanted nothing to do with it. Like, I was such a chicken shit. I've come a long way in terms of horror movies.
You have. I wanna say this. Okay, so the demon Abazu, it is based in demonology. I think it's more of like they probably could have dug deeper into the lore and stuff too, but it's also the kind of thing, like, if you're really curious about, you could just Google it after the movie, you know?
Look
Like,
at that.
it is based in real demonology, and they did did they do their research to a Vivzipop level? No. No, because that girl knows her demons.
Yeah.
But like, to me, this is stuff that's like, this is why I like it, because, and this has the potential to offend some religious people out there, and I am so sorry, but to me, all the stories of the Bible and stuff like that is Judeo-Christian mythology, the same way that Zeus is Greek mythology and Odin is Norse mythology. To me, they are all
Exactly.
part of the same
Yeah.
It really
wheelhouse.
is.
So the demonology is just an off branch of that. That's all about all these different kinds of demons, like I don't know, Osmodeus
Yeah.
or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of pulling from that pool, but I think
Yeah.
it would be cool to have that context, but I don't think it's the context they give
Again,
you is all
it's-
you need for the story to work, I think.
No, and that's the thing, is I agree. It was enough for it to be for the story to work and for it to make sense. That's again, like, when it's art in of itself is a very subjective talking
Yes.
point.
Yes.
So it's always weird to give something a score, and it's
Yeah.
all very personal. For me, I just would have. I didn't need to see Abazu. I just wanted to know
more about her.
I want to know more about her, because, like,
from
especially
what
when
I
you have-
gathered, and they did talk about it a little bit. It seems that she is a demon that goes after pregnant women, because they did say something. They did dig
Yeah.
into her backstory a little bit. Something about, I don't remember
Yeah.
the specifics of it, but they did say something about she lost her child and now she's vengeful or something like that. Like,
Right? No,
They
they,
did
did,
talk
but I'm
about
talking
that.
about, like, the full. Yeah, they did. But I'm talking about like the full scope. Like you've got things like her mom always carrying that little ceramic Virgin Mary. And one of
Oh,
the
so
callers
that
that calls into the movie, it talks about somebody that made those Virgin Marys that was sucked up by Abazu. And like I like that's when I say like I want more lore, I want more like
I was gonna
undertone
say
Abazu lore, if
they
that
did
makes
Yeah.
sense.
they did explain that, but the thing is they don't spoon feed the explanation to you. They give you the pieces you need to put it together yourself.
Right, and
And
I
it
no, and I get that. I just,
yeah.
think of it as like I'm like a starving kid at a buffet, and I just got a taste of something delicious. I just want fucking more of it, man.
No,
Like
okay,
I
yeah,
just
no, I
like
get that.
that's
Because I was gonna say
that's what I
I
mean
don't
by it.
want
Is
the
like I
answers.
want
I don't
more
want
of the Undertone world's lore of Abazu, like because
yeah.
it was so entertaining to me
It
that I
really
just wanted
was.
more. I wanted like an extra like 10 minutes of like people calling in or whatever it
Yeah.
was. Like that's
You
what I mean
know,
by
there
that.
could be
Like
some of
Yeah.
that on the cutting room floor. It sounds like deleted scenes to me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
Maybe they
and I'm
would
wanted to
sure
fucking
cut
hope
down the
so.
movie's runtime and they decided that was
yeah,
the
I-
thing
and
that
if there's
needed to go.
deleted scenes or like an extended edition, like I'm sure it's
I
probably gonna satiate me the way that I wanted to be satiated. And again, I was plenty happy. I gave it a
Yeah.
fucking 9. Like
Oh,
we all
absolutely.
know that I don't hand those things out for fucking anything. And like I don't know. I just like I just wish I just wish there was a little bit more on that. I think that's what kept me from giving it like a 9.5.
Let me tell you what was
But also
the most frightening scene in the entire movie for me. Like the one thing that really made my hair stand on end was when she finds that dumbass statue in the closet and she's inspecting the closet and the camera pans and her mom sits up slowly in the bed behind her. Oh,
uh
that shit.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
man,
And then
I loved
it just cuts to black.
I
She never saw it, and you know that that woman. I do think that they hinted too that like the demon was trying to get into her mom's body or something, and I think that's what happened at the end of the movie. The demon
yeah.
possessed her dying mom and then attacked her as her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. That's one of
I
the things I was gonna say. I like that they had the balls to give us an actual horror movie ending and not some happily ever after
yeah.
shit. You know,
I will
like
say, yeah, and I will say, like, I think my favorite scene in the whole thing was like that during that final scene when like whenever she goes, I think we should stop listening, and the time goes back to midnight. Um, and like she's like gets up from the table and starts like going to the kitchen. In the kitchen you see like the Mother Mary ceramic. You also see that creepy ass fucking doll that was earlier in the movie.
oh yeah.
Like and just like they
No,
pulled
thank
different
you.
parts into that kitchen area, and I was like it was just like fun to see like all of the references throughout the movie in that one little scene, and I'm like
Yes.
this is cool.
And
But I
the couple of scenes where it's just a white blurry silhouette standing in the distance behind her, that shit is creepy too. It is so
yeah,
well
but
done.
Yeah.
I will
This
say it's
movie was very audibly unsettling.
And
yeah,
visually too, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm normally not a big fan of movies that like end on like a full-fledged like technically a cliffhanger. We all know what happened, but like
Well, they
Yeah.
cut to
it,
they
it
cut
just
to
like
black
it
before she gets
very
attacked, so you can write your own ending.
exactly. But you just have to sit there in the black and just listen to her, and like it was one of those
Yeah.
movies that like it was the
No.
slowest burn in that third act, especially from the moment she was listening to those last two audio pieces. Like I could just like I could feel my heart racing the
Yes.
entire time, and
Yes.
like
N-
I literally like I could hear my heart in my ear as I'm listening to the audio and the full black screen, and I'm like, this was fucking good. Like
the fa-
this is just fucking good.
In the email, it even says, "Be careful listening to all 10 of these."
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Well, I think the idea was that the whole it was either someone that is like in a cult that worships this demon or the demon itself that sent the email.
Yeah.
And
I assume it was the demon itself. That's
Yeah.
what I took away from it.
yeah, and because it was the sender was like the phrase, if you say it backwards, it summons her, and I think that's what fucked them.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Like,
and it's also the process of listening to all 10 audio files basically invited the demon into the house. It was like a whole a ritual.
It kind of gave like Ring vibes, where like the demon itself was bringing the fucking tape to people. Like, that was the kind of interpretation I had. Except we're not in the fucking 90s anymore.
But I also
it's 2026, so you're getting emailed instead.
I think it's also like intentionally a little bit ambiguous to really give you that, like, because some questions are better left unanswered, to leave that air of mystery out there, in my opinion. Like, not everything needs to be explained,
No, honestly,
especially in a movie like this. But the demon,
I think they did
the demon
it the
was
best.
coming.
Sorry, go ahead.
The demon was coming after her because she was pregnant. My thought process during this, with the way that she thought about it for a minute, but she drank that alcohol anyways. And it seems, based on Justin's dialogue, that she seems to have had an alcohol problem in the past, and this was a relapse for her. But it's very obvious that she does not want that baby. So why not just try to reason with the demon? Be like, yo, I didn't want it anyways. You can have it. You know what I mean? Like, as terrible as that sounds,
I don't know.
You're
good.
It's very obvious from the fact that she's drinking that she doesn't care. But you also have to understand, like, not only is she dealing with the stress of being pregnant, trying to do this podcast, but she's also, the weird shit's happening in the house. Her mom is dying upstairs. Fuck, I might drink too in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it has a lot to deal with.
I really just like the ambiguous ending, because like I enjoy movies that just kind of end on a dime.
Yes.
But 90% of the time
when
it
a
always
horror
falls
movie does
flat.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like 90% of the last time I felt that level of like, oh snap at the end of it, dude, it has to have been like 20 something years from when the Blair Witch Project came out. Like, that
was The Collector for me.
It gave me the Collector was great, but like it gave me that same sense of like internal dread that the Blair Witch Project movie gave me. And it's been forever since that movie came out. Like, that's what it gave me.
I like how they recreate that Blair Witch moment in one of the opening moments of Resident Evil 7, like the first tape that you watch, when they go down in the basement. But one thing I wanted to see, did you guys catch this? When she's listening to the final audio files and the sounds in the audio are merging with the house and stuff, and it's it's summoning the demon, and they're at the witching hour because it's 3:00 or whatever. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When you pay attention to, when you're listening to the audio in the final files and you hear stuff like one of the couple in the audio starts running downstairs, but then the camera in the movie looks at the stairs and pans down as if they were running down those stairs in the present, even though they're not. And the way I took this is that all that audio she was listening to was recorded in the same house that she's currently in. It all happened in that house. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's what it was implying, because there was also something about one of the callers called in, and they're like,
that changes things.
One of the callers called in. Remember, one of the callers called in and said, "I remember what happened in that. I remember that audio. I know what happened to those couple. I knew them. They lived on such and such street, 2 houses down from me." And then later she's like, "Wait a minute, what street did you say?" And to me, that it seems to indicate that it's the street that she's currently on in that house.
Yeah, that I didn't think of it as it being in that house, but yeah, I do remember that, because she asked like what house is on it, and then the line immediately cut. I didn't even think of that. No, that's a good call.
I'm glad you caught that. That changes everything.
For me, it's how they play the camera and audio in that moment. When she's listening to the last audio files, all of the audio that's happening in those files is also happening in reality, and the camera points to the locations where it's happening, like the stairs and the kitchen and the living room and shit like that. And let me just say too, like, the 1,000 babies crying at once was the most uncomfortable thing in the whole movie.
It really
Yeah.
The
was.
audio wise. That is some wild shit. I love that A24 has the balls to do this kind of stuff, though. I love them for it.
Yeah. You want to know the
Dude.
craziest thing, man? $500,000 budget to make that movie.
That's
Wow.
That is like
that is low.
peanuts.
Yeah, that is
That
very
is
low.
peanuts.
That-
Like that is
yeah, that's a
nothing.
Usually
very
it's
low
in-
budget.
Usually it's in the millions for most movies.
Yeah.
So
I will say, like, I've just been like reading up on it.
fucking
like,
Iron Lung was in one
A24
location and he spent about $1 million on it. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they spent a couple A20 because A24 essentially distributed it. They did not make it, but they were like,
Right.
"Damn, this is really good."
well,
wanna
that's what they are.
distribute this."
They're a publisher, but I still
Yeah.
when I see their name on something, I know it's going to be good. Usually.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looks like they bought it
They
for
always
like
seem
essentially
to
like a couple
snatch
million
up the really
dollars.
good ones.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks like they spent they gave him like a couple $1,000,000. So, and they made 17 million off of it. So, good investment for A24 on that. But like, yeah, no, this movie ripped. I'm excited for when it comes out
Yeah.
physically.
Yeah, and I will be getting the if not digital, definitely a physical copy.
absolutely. Me too. I'm getting a physical copy of this for sure. This is one that has to be on the shelf. I think.
Yeah.
Right, sitting right next to Talk to Me. So, all right. Well, I guess that'll do it then for this episode.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the fun banter and all of the things we've been up to lately. If you did enjoy, remember to smash that like button, leave us a rating. You can leave a comment down below, depending on where you are. Email me at podcastoversoul@gmail.com. Nick is on a bunch of the things as the Gaming Fiend 1. Brooksy as Brooksy My Boy with an I on Instagram and Tickety Talk. And music is from YouTube. Special thanks to Sarah from Behind the Help Scene. We are hosted by Podserve FM. And once again, thank you all so much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Later.